Okay, we've started recording. Now, I don't expect anyone to drop off, any of the new joiners to drop off from this session, right? So I expect everyone to be in this session till the end. Let me just share my screen. Is the screen visible to all?
Yeah,
Yes,
yes.
sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning, everyone. And firstly, welcome to Shadowfax again. Today's session is going to give you a foundational view of what we do, what are our services. We'll also talk about how we move our network. So there is a slide about how the network moves from, let's say, SDD, NDD point of view, what we do and how we do things differently. By the end of the session, you should feel confident explaining Shadowfax to your clients. So let's get started. So a quick history about our company. We are 10 years old. We will be 11 years old this April. We were founded in 2015. Our foundational vertical that we founded, what we started off was our 30-minute hyperlocal delivery. So we were known for basically doing 30-minute deliveries for food players at that point of time, particularly Domino's and Pizza Hut, who were doing 30-minute or free offers for industry at that point of time. We scaled to roughly about 10,000 orders per day. And then in that time, we had launched slotted deliveries and 3-hour services, and started partnering with grocery, pharma, and meat folks. At that point of time, Big Basket was a significantly big name. Folks like Pharmacy were doing well. 1mg had just come in. Netmeds was another company that had come in the pharma space. So these companies started reaching out to us for 2-hour, 3-hour slotted deliveries. Indeed, in 2017, we introduced our first value-added service, which was reverse logistics, which at that point of time was a no-brainer to the industry because there was a significant boom in apparel e-commerce, and players in apparel industry, in fashion industry, wanted a quality check to be done at the customer's doorstep before pickup to ensure what the customer is giving is largely in the right direction. And it became a big deal for us in the industry over 2017, 2018, and 2019, because reverse logistics became an extremely big pain point in statistically in e-commerce space. From 2019 onwards, we stopped being just a delivery company and started end-to-end supply chain. Right? We introduced our B2B solution. We built sortation infrastructure, invested in huge sort centers. So the first sort center that we started in Surat was again our biggest sort center at that point of time, which was 50,000 square foot. Right, and we grew our intercity deliveries from just 5%. When I say intercity, I mean metro to metro, metro to ROI, metro to special zone. We grew that from about 5% of our business to 70% of our business. Right. Today, we deliver roughly about 40 million shipments per day. By the way, yesterday was our again first ever, highest ever peak. Yesterday we crossed our October peak numbers as well. Our October peak numbers was about 32 million. We crossed that and we did about 34 million sorry, 3.4 million yesterday in volume terms. So we, and considering fresh plus reattempt, we OFD plus OFP, roughly about 4 million shipments every day today. So that's the scale that we are building towards. We intend to move to from 4 million to 10 million shipments per day over the next 18 to 24 months. And you're joining us at a very exciting time. This slide gives you an idea about where the company in the industry is positioned in. We're number 2 in express parcel business. With here it is written 17% share, but this was about 5 months back. We're currently actually at about 24% share in the industry in express parcel logistics. This wallet share is primarily against a base of 3PL outsourcing. So insourcing volume that is taken care of by, let's say, insourcing players like eCart and ATS and FirstCry. We are not considering that because that is all insourced volume, right? We are only considering the base of outsourced volume to 3PL logistics players in the industry. On the right hand side are our top value added services where we hold our foremost wallet share, right? We are the pioneers in same day delivery. One of the slides explains how we offer same day delivery, next day delivery in the market as well. So we'll talk about how the network performs that. Quick commerce and hyperlocal, again, we are at the forefront when it comes to wallet share. Majority quick commerce players, new and old, use us for their last mile requirements. Reverse parcel business, again, since we were the head start players in this portfolio, we hold roughly about 60 to 65% share in reverse parcel in the industry today. And B2B and critical logistics business, again, it's just getting started. It's roughly about 5% of our business. We're currently at about 120K OPD there. Our biggest players that we operate with are FMCD players like Samsung, Oppo, Vivo, and also auto part players. We're working with Tata, we're working with Maruti here today. So while our express parcel business is our base, is our spine, so to call it, our value-added services give us the additional push from a wallet share perspective. So what happens with most clients is, most enterprise clients, is the express parcel business gives us a certain base volume, but we start taking additional wallet share from them by offering them same day delivery, by offering them next day delivery, by offering them best in class reverse pickups, right? These give us a window of opportunity to keep adding to the wallet share. And while we are obviously improving, let's say, giving them best in class SDD, NDD services, they also get inclined to give higher volumes in, let's say, ROI, in metro to metro, which is basically in special zone, which is basically our express parcel business. Let's talk about the network a little bit. I'm sure you guys already know this, but we're at 18,000 plus pin codes today. 18,000 plus pin codes. If I were to put it in perspective of the coverage of volume that I do for the industry today, 18,000 pin codes nearly covers 97% of industry volume. So if you talk to any of your clients today, small clients who does 200 orders per day, 100 orders per day, you can tell him that 99% of his volume is covered in these 18,000 pin codes, right? Apart from this, there are 2,400 pin codes in India, which I don't cover. Now, these 2,400 pin codes in India are in extreme long tails of the country. Specific, very, very small dormant villages. Now, this volume is roughly about 3% of the industry. For small players, it will be even lower. So for D2C players, if I were to carve it between, let's say, the enterprise volume and the, let's say, D2C and long tail volume, enterprise volume will be about 4.5% of that 2,400 pin codes that I don't cover. D2C and long tail volume. D2C and long tail volume will be probably less than 1%. Because obviously, D2C marketing does not outreach towards those 2,400 pin codes. It's very simple, right? The outreach of their marketing proposals, the outreach of their BTL, their ATL, their push notifications, their social media activities don't outreach to those 2,400 pin codes and the population of those 2,400 pin codes. So it will probably be less than 1%. Quickly up to here, any questions? Because we will now move into how the network works.
No questions.
What about others?
Clear, Ananda.
No question, sir.
No doubt, sir.
No doubt.
Okay, we'll move on to how the network works. So this diagram gives you a illustration of how one shipment actually travels through our network, right? It starts with, let's say, the client's warehouse or the seller's pickup point, which will be, in the city, right? It gets picked up. If it's the client's warehouse, then it gets picked up by a vehicle. Let's say it will be either a Tata Ace or it will be a 24-foot, 17-foot vehicle, depending on the volume. It goes to the client's warehouse. It picks up the shipment and comes to our warehouse, right? Our warehouse then processes that shipment across primary and secondary sorting and makes positive bagging at the origin itself. So one of the differences that we have in our network versus a, let's say, a competition network is, since we have 4,000 hubs in India, we do sorting of those 4,000 hubs at the origin itself. So what we do is, when a bag comes in with, let's talk about a single bag, a single gunny bag that comes in with 50 shipments. Those 50 shipments first get sorted in the primary layout. So these shipments get sorted, let's say, north, east, west, south, in 4 different directions or 4 different zones of the country, right? They get sorted in a trolley. Now, these trolleys then move towards different stations in the sort center, which sort for different hubs of the of that zone. So in the north, let's say in the north zone Bay Area, the north zone covers, let's say, 1,300 hubs. There are put to light systems which have grids for 1,500 hubs of North India. And each hub is represented by a small put to light system, by a small grid, and that grid has a bag attached to it. The agent there scans the shipment. It shows a particular light that it needs to be thrown through. Now, this is completely automated in the backend. The moment the agent scans the AWB number, the last mile hub is read by in that barcode by the system, and it tells the agent that this is that grid which represents that last mile hub. So put the shipment into that particular grid, and that grid already has a bag inside it. So it throws in the bag. That bag is for that last mile hub. We are probably the only third-party logistics company in India which does origin sorting or origin bagging of shipments for last mile. Now, if somebody asks you why do we do origin sorting, so one of the advantages of doing origin sorting is that you don't leave a lot of room for error in the destination sort center. That's number one. Our destination sort center then only acts as a cross-docking agent, right? It will the shipment will come pre-bagged for the last mile, and the destination sort center just needs to accept the bag and in transit the bag, right? No need to open the bag, which means at destination sort centers, the area which is designated for, let's say, cross-docking does not need to have additional capacity or additional manpower to do any further bagging, right? So we basically limit ourselves from the point of view of doing further bagging for further locations in destination, because we do capacity addition in the origin itself. We add more people in the origin to do bagging in the origin itself. So we increase our throughput in the origin so that we reduce our dependency in destination, right? That's the biggest advantage of doing origin bagging. The second advantage of doing origin bagging is you can always gamify the system basis the volume that is coming in which in whichever zone. So let's say there are 4 zones and you have multiple such layouts doing sorting for multiple zones and multiple PTLs doing sorting for multiple hubs. Now, let's say in a particular week, you foresee that the north of India, or rather the south of India, is going to get larger volume. Let's say there is a festival in the south of India, and there is going to be more buying in the south of India, because of which obviously the volume for south will be more. Backend can reconfigure these entire PTLs and move more PTLs for south of India, keep lesser for, let's say, north, east, west, so that there is higher throughput, higher capacity moving to south, right? Rather than doing that at the destination and pressurizing the destination for doing bagging, we do these movements, these changes in our designs at the origin itself to ensure capacity is utilized for where the volume share is higher. So post sortation, the shipment obviously moves towards the last mile. In the last mile hub, from the to the last mile destination sort center, and then destination sort center to, it is just cross dock to the last mile. So just one of the examples would be, let's say, a lane like Delhi to Mysore. Delhi to Mysore is actually Delhi, Bangalore, Bangalore, Mysore. So a shipment that is moving from Delhi to, let's say, Mysore, it gets bagged for, let's say, the Mysore hub. The Mysore has, let's say, 4 hubs. It gets bagged for one of those hubs at Delhi itself. Now that bag will move from Delhi to Bangalore. Bangalore will then accept the bag, then just cross dock the bag in the vehicle that goes from Bangalore to Mysore, which, let's say, leaves at let's say 3 in the morning or 4 in the morning from Bangalore. Then that vehicle will go from Bangalore to Mysore. It will then drop the shipment in the Mysore hub. Then the Mysore hub will accept that bag, which means the bag is received in Mysore hub. Then we'll open that bag, accept all the shipments that are there in that bag, which is basically received at hub, scanning of those shipments. After that, it will create run sheets for riders. Let's say one particular hub of Mysore has 6 riders and there are 50 shipments. So it will create run sheets for these 6 riders across these 50 shipments which are fresh, along with reattempt shipments of previous day or day before yesterday, right? And then OFDs will happen from the last mile hub to the end customer. At the same time, there are orders that have been received by Mysore for reverse pickups. Now, these orders directly get received in the in Mysore hub's facility, because reverse pickups originate from the customer. They don't originate from a sort center, because they originate from the customer. Who is located closest to the customer? The last mile hub. So the reverse shipment originates from the last mile hub. The last mile hub can see all the reverse pickups that are expected for him to do. Then he assigns reverse pickups to those 6 riders basis the route that they are going into, basis the address of that customer. They can see the addresses, so they can get a sense of the route and assign orders to riders basis the route they're going into. So forward and reverse are both assigned in a particular run sheet to a rider, let's say by 8:30 in the morning, and they go in their routes from 9 o'clock till, let's say, 4:30 in the evening. Any questions on how our express parcel network operates?
Oh, no.
No, sir.
Not sir.
And I'm okay to answer
Clear है sir.
any questions. Matlab, there could be any doubts. Please do not think that any doubt is a lame doubt. Any question is definite doubt and will be answered by me. Do not hesitate to ask if you have any doubts.
So,
Can I ask a doubt?
Please go ahead.
Yeah, okay. So,
Sorry, I can't. I don't know who is asking. Just tell me your name once.
it's Ramji.
Okay.
Yeah. So you said that we have 4 different shopping center, right? So in South, if we take it is Bangalore. Okay. So
In
basically,
South, we have Bangalore, we
okay,
have Chennai, we
okay.
have Hyderabad.
Okay. So now my question, because this question is why I'm asking is because due to the customer has asked me. So the client we have onboarded already. So the simple question is the package is picking from Coimbatore and which is to be delivered in Madurai. So which is approximately 200 kilometers from here. So the question why the customer is asking, you're picking from Coimbatore, why it goes to Bangalore and again comes back to Madurai?
Very good question. Very good question. Why does a shipment need to go from Coimbatore back to Bangalore and then back to Madurai? If Coimbatore to Madurai is only 100 kilometers, just send a vehicle from Coimbatore to Madurai and deliver, right? The expectation
Yeah,
of the customer is that.
no, even
Now
it is from mine.
let me answer that through how a network is generally designed. Huh? If
Yes.
I were to, if I knew that from one particular origin, every city is 100 kilometers away, the best thing to do is have a vehicle that moves between those 2 cities every day. So I should have a Coimbatore, let's say Coimbatore, Mysore is 100 kilometers, 200 kilometers. Every day there should be Coimbatore, let's say Madurai, right? Then there's another city which is 100 kilometers away from Coimbatore. There is another vehicle that goes from Coimbatore to that city. There are 300 cities like this, which means I should have 300 vehicles going from Coimbatore to that city every day, plying back and forth. What happens if I do run a network like this is cost of doing business increases, which means then that customer if has to pay 600 rupees per order, 700 rupees per order, because I have to run 600 vehicles, because there might be 600 cities from Coimbatore which are within 100 kilometers. Then I have to run 600 vehicles. If there are 1,000 cities which are within 100 kilometers from Coimbatore, I'll have to run 1,000 vehicles, right? That is not how networks operate. Networks operate on optimization. Okay. Coimbatore is a pickup facility. For us, Coimbatore is not a sorting facility. Coimbatore, what it does is it picks up shipment, it collates them, aggregates them together, and it sends those shipments to the nearest bagging facility. From Coimbatore, the nearest bagging facility is Bangalore. It sends shipments from Coimbatore to Bangalore. Bangalore then bags those shipments for my, let's say, for that lane which is going directly towards Madurai, and then it transits them in that vehicle that goes towards Madurai, and then it drops the shipment in Madurai. Now the question will come from the customer, no, I want a vehicle going from Coimbatore to Madurai every day. The answer to that customer is, okay, fill that vehicle with 1,000 shipments per day. You fill the customer, tell the customer, you fill that vehicle with 1,000 customer shipments per day, I will give you price. If you don't have the capability to fill the vehicle, then please don't ask me to run a vehicle from Coimbatore to Madurai every day. If you, you balance 2 things. You either balance speed or you balance cost. If you want cost, speed has to take a little bit of hit. Reliability will not take a hit. Shipment will still go to Madurai within 3 days. But speed will take a hit because you want cost. The same thing goes for, let's say, somebody could tell me that there is a small city from Delhi to, there is a small city, out of country city in, let's say, I pick up a shipment in Jaipur, and there is a out of country city in Haryana. Why don't, and it is only 160 kilometers away in Haryana. Why doesn't that shipment go from Jaipur to Haryana direct? Why does it have to go to Bilaspur? If it has to go from Jaipur to that out of country city, that vehicle that I will place has to be filled. It cannot go with one shipment, right? If it has to go with one shipment, the client has to pay for that entire vehicle. Cost of a vehicle is 1800 rupees per day. Tell the client, please pay us 1800 rupees per day for that vehicle. I will place a vehicle just for you. This is what you should tell a client. This is how we talk to enterprise people. And small clients should be spoken to the same way, for them to understand that how networks operate. There is no 3P in the industry who has a sort center in Coimbatore.
Yeah, okay, understood.
Will anyone, will all the folks who are in this catch up, if somebody asks, if any client asks you this question कि यार ये यहाँ से तो मेरा ये दुकान ये सॉरी सिटी बहुत पास है, ये सिटी में बिलासपुर जाके क्यों निकल रहा है, या सिटी में बैंगलोर जाके क्यों निकल रहा है, will you be able to answer?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
The simplest answer will be हाँ गाड़ी लगा दूंगा आपके लिए, गाड़ी का पैसा दे दीजिए. So we move to our all our core services and our solutions that we have for the industry. So we start with our express parcel business. So within the express parcel business, we have 3 products, right? Within basically e-commerce and enterprise shipping, we have 3 products. First is obviously a standard express parcel business, right? This is a standard shipping portfolio, which is fast, affordable, reliable, just like the example that I gave in just previously, right? This business is cost effective. It has been created keeping lowest costs in mind. Our network has been created with an extremely high reliability of over 95-96% pan India, but also ensuring that speeds are not extremely poor, yet not something that inflates the cost of doing business. If a customer is expecting metro to metro 59 rupees, then he should also have the liberty to expect that if every shipment will not be next day delivery. Is that clear?
Yes, sir.
Can you repeat me once?
If the customer is expecting 59 rupees metro to metro and ROI at 59 rupees, he should have the liberty to understand not every shipment that he gives me will be next day delivery.
Okay, understood.
Right? कॉस्ट भी चाहिए, रिलायबिलिटी भी चाहिए, स्पीड पे थोड़ा नेगोशिएशन करना पड़ेगा. And your biggest competitor in this space, for all of you, your biggest competitor is ShipRocket. It is not delivery. Your biggest competitor is actually an aggregator. Now, aggregator, the funniest thing about aggregator is that aggregators have no hold on how a network is supposed to be designed. Because aggregators don't control network. Aggregators only control allocation. So if Shiprocket is being used by, let's say, client X, that client X ke 100 orders may say 50 is going to delivery, 30 is going to Shadowfax, 20 is going to ExpressBees. Now those 50 orders ka network design of delivery, Shiprocket has no say in that matter. So if a client asks you, ये मेरा ये shipment ऐसे क्यों travel कर रहा है, the answer should be Shiprocket may also you cannot ask, because you know Shiprocket has no control over networks of any client. Obviously the only client with which, let's say, speeds are the best are Blue Dart. But with Blue Dart also, the charges per order are 4 times. If a client is doing his business at 70 rupees per order, if he gives to Blue Dart, with Blue Dart it is 140 rupees per order, 180 rupees per order. You get speed, but you also bear the cost of getting that speed. The second, obviously, service line is our reverse parcel. Now we are like I said, we are the market leader here. 50% share was, I think, 6 months ago. Today, we would be trending at about 60% share here. When a customer wants to send back something, we pick it up on an average in less than 24 hours. 99% of shipments get picked up in less than 24 hours. Or rather get attempted in less than 24 hours. Obviously, pickup is dependent on the customer's availability, the customer's intent. If the customer wants to cancel it and has changed mind, obviously pickups will get hampered. But we attempt close to 99% within 24 hours of that order coming in. The third service line, which is basically our second value-added services that we started about 2 years ago, is our prime shipping. This is our premium product that we have, right? Same-day delivery and next-day delivery. Think of it, the easiest way to explain it as an example is, think of this solution as a competition to Amazon Prime. You guys have used Amazon Prime in your cities before, right? You order, let's say, by 11 p.m. at night. You get it by 12 o'clock in the afternoon the next day, right? And you order by, let's say, 12 in the morning, in the afternoon, and you get it by 11 p.m. at the night the same day, right? So think of it like our version of Amazon Prime. Of course, we have tweaked it a little bit. Amazon gives slots. We do not give slots because the folks who we work with do not need slots. So we give a window. Let's say our window for same-day delivery is you customer order cutoff is 11 o'clock, pickup cutoff 10 o'clock, pickup cutoff is 11 o'clock. I will deliver the shipment between 6 p.m. to 11 p.m. the same day. Customer order cutoff is, let's say, 10 o'clock in the night. I pick up at 11 o'clock in the night. I pick up till, let's say, 12:30 in the late night. I will deliver the shipment next day between 8 a.m. and 8 p.m. Now, in this service line, we hold more than 80% share. Like with whoever we work, we literally get 90% of their volumes in this service line, in same-day delivery, next-day delivery. I've already spoken about our infrastructure before, so I'm not going to go over it again. This is a service line that we started about a year and a half ago, which is basically Prime Large. So in this service line, we do deliveries for trolleys, for mattresses, large electronics like TVs, washing machine, refrigerator, furniture, along with multi-parcel shipment. Multi-parcel shipment means, let's say we're talking about ACs. ACs has one particular order of an AC actually has 2 items. It has the AC and also it has the transmitter, the conductor. behind it, right? So, but these two form one AWB. Multi-parcel shipment in the backend ensures that there is a parent AWB and there is a child AWB. Let's say the parent AWB is the AC itself, the child AWB is the conductor, and these two are connected with each other so that every time an order is getting delivered, both of these parent and child AWBs are always going together. A parent will not go without the child. An AC body cannot go without the conductor to the end customer, right? It cannot go in 2 different days. So we built a system to ensure that if there are multi-parcel shipments, the parent and the child AWBs always have to travel together in the supply chain and go to the end customer also together. They have to be scanned together, they have to be in transited together, they have to be OFD together. So this is a business where we are present in roughly about 9,000 pin codes today. We should be achieving roughly about 14,000 pin codes by August. We should be hitting 14,000 pin codes by August. The services that we offer here, where industry does not offer at all, is same-day delivery for large shipments, for heavy and bulky shipments, right? Industry doesn't offer that. We offer also reverse pickups for heavy and bulky shipments. So if you have clients in the heavy and bulky category, this is the service line through which we will basically offer them end-to-end deliveries. There is a completely different team, there is a completely different network that operates this service line. Some of our non-large hubs get cross-utilized with large, but we have built roughly about 100 hubs so far in India, which are dedicated large hubs. Now, these 100 hubs should become roughly about 500 by August of this year. So we want to open up more large dedicated hubs and decentralize ourselves from the non-large hubs so that there is no cross-utilization, there is no area issues, there is no space constraints, because generally when large hubs volume spikes, then obviously it takes up additional space in those non-large facilities, which results in some constraints. So we want to open up dedicated large facilities by August, roughly about 500. One of the big clients that are coming up in this ecosystem is Amazon. And we also want to keep adding new clients. So if you have clients, small clients in trolley segment, in water purifier, in electrical equipments, right? This is the service line which we will sell and operate through. We'll skip this slide, not relevant to this space. We've spoken about reverse logistics some time back. So this is a slide on our reverse logistics. It's one of our biggest strengths and the major reason. It has always been the major reason why clients have chosen us to start with. So historically, we've always been a client, or we've always been a 3P, where the client actually starts business with us through reverse and then over time brings in forward. Over the last 3-4 years, things have changed. We start forward and reverse together with clients. But before that, we've always been a company where we actually started by pitching our reverse services and then showing the goodness, and obviously in time saying that now that we have reverse and the indication is in place, why don't we start off forward as well? That used to be our way of working and our cold start mitigation entry into any client before. Again, we have over 50% market share here. Our key differentiators here that we have introduced in the industry is we've introduced express pickup within 2 hours, same day pickup basically. So what happens today is that in the industry, reverse pickups generally have a cutoff of 12 p.m. So all orders that come by 12 p.m. the same day get out for pickup the same day and get attempted the same day. We introduced an express pickup service that orders between 2 to 5 p.m. that come In the industry, these orders actually don't get picked up or don't get looked at. They get looked at the next day because their eligibility is actually the next day. What we introduced was 2 to 5 p.m. K orders. I will do same day pickup. I will take those orders. I will put it in the run sheet of those riders who are going for same day delivery in the evening, and I will push them for same day pickup as well. So that is a big differentiator that we introduced in the industry. Doorstep exchange capability we introduced long ago. A lot of apparel clients need exchange capabilities for size issues, for color mismatch issues. So we introduced exchange as a capability where a reverse order will be taken by me, and the exchange order or the forward order which is coming as an exchange will get latched to the reverse order and will go to the end customer together. The forward and reverse will go together to the end customer. Reverse will get picked up first, the reverse that he wants to exchange, right? He'll get picked up first, and then the forward order will get delivered to the customer at the doorstep. So these, doing the reverse pickup in an exchange and the forward delivery in an exchange pickup, in my industry, in my case, in my network, does not happen in different times of the week or times of the day. It actually happens at the same time. That's how we've designed our exchange capability. You can see some of our clients, Decathlon, Crate, Shopper Stop, and many D2C brands, right? A lot of D2C brands already use us when it comes to reverse pickups. A quick question to the group. Why do you think returns are important for e-commerce brands? Can somebody give an idea of why returns are important?
So only if this is Ramji.
Yes.
Only if the e-commerce is able to give the reverse logistics only, then they would have a repeated bias of the customer.
So yeah, repeat buyer is one. What else?
Customer
Uh,
experience.
Yeah, customer experience, customer trust. What else?
Sir, this is Anmol.
Yeah.
And what I think is that's the only point where customer touches the product in e-commerce. And it is very important to be able to return that product. So that's why it is important.
Okay. Okay. Customer experience. Okay. What else? Can you? We spoke about three things. All were end customer related. Can we think about something for the client perspective? All three were end customer points, but
Hello.
okay, they were correct points. Can we think about customer perspective? Client
Hello.
perspective.
Sir, Anil Upadhyay here, sir. Hello.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, anyone can start.
Yes, sir.
Hi,
It
this
will.
is you.
Hello, sir. I'm Snehal. So it will increase the conversion ratio of client.
Okay, repeat customers for the client. Okay, what else?
Sir, quality check at doorstep, sir.
Right, quality check doorstep gives the client a trust that whatever is being picked up is largely what he had sent from his warehouse. What else?
So it will help into customer review as well, reconciliation for the client.
Okay.
And
One more thing, quick inventory management, right? He doesn't, most clients obviously want to reship whatever returns they have come. They will do the quality check themselves also, and they want to reship. So better inventory management. They don't have to go again to procurement and say कि मुझे 100 माल और बना के दो, right? If a return comes back to them in the right condition, at least they can reinventorize it and resell it, and they can reuse their inventory rather than going and procuring again. Anything else? Okay. We'll move to prime shipping, same day delivery, next day delivery. Can somebody tell me what do you think made us, basically launch same day delivery, next day delivery in the industry? What could be the reasons why we thought 2 years ago कि इसको launch करते हैं, this will give us significant leverage from client acquisition, new user acquisition, and a volume perspective. What advantages does this bring for for D2C brands, for clients?
It is mainly as per today customers' mindset. They need to try the product within a day before, because maybe today or tomorrow. If it is getting delayed, eventually the customer has intention to cancel the item, or he might have changed the decision to buy. So that is the reason. Most of the clients are willing for next day delivery if there is any options.
Got it. So two things that I get from what you said. One is obviously speed of attempt increases speed of conversion, and the if I don't give too much time to the customer to rethink about his purchase, then basically I get that customer, or rather the client gets that customer converted for life. Okay, what else? What else could be a reason why we
Ananda,
introduced this?
Yogaraj here.
Yeah.
Yeah. See, initially we were already into this concept earlier, okay? But in today's date, we are well versed with our network. We know the concept, and we are already doing that as compared to other logistics, which have newly launched SDD and NDD, and they are still on try and error method. They are looking after the market, how they can work. But we want to be the pioneer into this thing, and which we already done earlier. So this is the best time to get the clients onboarded with Shadowfax.
Yeah. So my actually question was, no, good point. But my question was, why do you think we introduced SDD NDD in the market? So what advantages does the client get when he
Oh.
uses SDD NDD?
So the
Can
client no need to maintain the inventory for so long. So that would be the
Okay.
major advantage.
Okay, inventory churn, continuous rotation of inventory, and reduction of days of hand.
Yes.
Okay, what else? Everyone's largely right. Whatever has been said is largely right. Increases customer conversion, increases repeat, increases GMV, right? Gross merchandise value, gross purchases, basically increases revenue that the client gets, right? Improves inventory rotation of the client, reduces days on hand. At the same, because it reduces days on hand, improves the working capital of the client, right? Which he can put back into marketing. He can put back into, let's say, making more inventory. He can put it into research and development, right? Because he's getting faster money in return. Customers going, customers paying, he's getting back in, he's getting his money in 3 days. So better working capital utilization for the client. So these were the reasons why we introduced same day delivery, next day delivery in the market. One of the most interesting ways in which we do same day delivery for a lot of clients is placing a sorting infrastructure in the client's warehouse itself. So for very large clients, let's take the example of Nykaa. They have given us, they have, let's say, 17 warehouses in India. In all these 17 warehouses, they have given us a 300 square foot area. I have placed a small rack, a PTL rack, in that particular 300 square foot area, along with manpower, and I do upstream bagging, the same thing that I do in my sort center, which is upstream bagging of last mile bags. I have created an infrastructure and a mechanism to do upstream bagging at the client's facility as well. How does that help me? Can you think about a reason or advantages why bagging at the client's facility itself helps me? Can somebody say what could be the advantage of doing that?
So it is easy for us for a same day delivery or next day delivery, and where we don't need to have any
Why is
warehouses.
it easy? I want to know the reason. everybody knows it becomes, my life becomes easy. What becomes easy is what I want to know. What do you think becomes easy? If I get a space from the client, 300 square foot, and I start doing my origin work at his facility itself.
It saves time and there's very less investment that we'll have to put in.
Okay, saves time. Yes.
Transparency.
Yeah. Sorry.
Transparency.
Okay,
The client.
transparency is also one thing. He sees in front of me that itself that I'm doing all bagging. Okay, what else? One
Cost
advantage
and
that
time.
comes, one advantage that comes is because it is under CCTV surveillance. At no point of time will their shipment be left behind, because there will always be a security guard there who will be manning the station. Let's say the client security guard, he will always ensure that every shipment is cleaned up from the floor before you move. What else? Like someone said, all I need to do now is, my bags are ready. All I need to do now is bring that vehicle from warehouse to my warehouse and just do cross dock. I don't have to open that bag anymore. Just do cross dock. My last mile bags are already ready. So it saves me time. It saves me effort. It saves me capacity. So it saves me capacity in my own warehouse, so that I can use my manpower in my warehouse for other clients. And I send some clients to the client, some manpower to the client's warehouse to do bagging there, and I save some of my manpower to do bagging for clients at my facility. One more advantage that comes from getting area in a client's facility is, if you are doing your job well and that area is designated for you, highly unlikely they will take it away from you ever. You have cemented yourself in the client's facility for life. He gives you 300 square foot. You place a PTL over there. You pretty much have that real estate for yourself for life. Highly unlikely he will ever tell you कि ये सामान उठा के बोरिया बिस्तर बांध के चले जाओ. He will never tell you that. It cements your position with that client very, very strongly. Do you agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yeah. This
Yes,
is what
sir.
we've done with a lot of our large clients. So someone like Nika, we have placed PTL in, they have 19 warehouses pan India. We placed PTL in 17 of those 19 warehouses. He is never going to tell me today, KR, remove these PTLs, because he has given me space for life and I'm utilizing that space every day. He sees my manpower comes in place every day. I have cemented my position with him for eternity. This gives you an idea about our coverage. We are present in our active intracity cities are about 28 cities today, which covers roughly about the 1400 pin codes. So, for example, a city like Kolkata in total has about, let's say, 260 pin codes. Out of the 260 pin codes, 245 are SDD eligible, matlab they are active with evening runs. 255 are NDD eligible, which is basically morning run is live. But the difference is there are 245 pin codes that are eligible here in SDD, which means there are 10 pin codes which are NDD eligible but not SDD eligible. Why are these 10 pin codes NDD eligible but not SDD eligible? Because these 10 pin codes we could not garner evening capacity, get evening riders, or we got evening riders but they were not good enough, or our last mile hub is not ready to do, let's say, evening run yet. So that is the answer to, if you had a doubt that why is NDD 255 but SDD 245. the reduction is always because of these three reasons. Either that pin code is not ready to do evening. SDD runs are all evening runs, right? NDD runs are morning runs. You start at 7 in the morning and you do orders, you do run in the entire day. Our SDD run starts at 6 in the evening till 11 in the evening. So that is the only reason why the number of NDD pin codes are more than SDD, because there are certain pin codes where either we could not get evening riders, or the hub is not ready to start evening run, or infrastructure is an issue to do evening run. So these are our metro D1, D2 lanes: Delhi, Hyderabad, Delhi, Chennai, Delhi, Bangalore. These are all air lanes that we operate. Zonal NDD lanes, it's quite few in number here shown, but actually we've started roughly about 80 zonal NDD lanes in the industry today. We can share that list subsequently with you. This is a quick illustration of how same-day delivery operates in our network. Let's say this is a client's warehouse. Okay. My pickup vehicle arrives at 10 o'clock, starts picking up and leaves by 12 o'clock. Let's say it reaches it starts scanning, it starts sorting, bagging at facility and leaves by 1 o'clock from the client's warehouse, reaches my sort center at 2 o'clock. It vehicle arrives and cross docks. 3:30, my milk run leaves from my sort center to the city, towards the city. The first hub that it would reach would be, let's say, at 5 o'clock. The latest or the last hub would be around, let's say, 6:37. OFDs start from around, OFDs start anywhere between 6:30 and 7. And we use 15% of our fleet in the evening run today is actually hyperlocal fleet. So the last mile hub, the hub in charge, has access to an app called Flash. He can look for riders who are nearby his vicinity, within 5 kilometers from his lat long. He can look for riders who are floating, marketplace riders, marketplace hyperlocal riders, and he can give orders to these marketplace hyperlocal riders through our Flash app. Let's say he has some constraint in his facility. He knows that he has 100 orders, but he can, through his dedicated fleet, he can only OFD 80. So he has 20 orders which he cannot OFD. For that, he uses a Flash app, calls hyperlocal riders who are within 5 kilometers from his facility, gives those orders to, let's say, hyperlocal riders who go and deliver the shipment. Now, Flash is generally used for prepaid orders. The reason being, prepaid orders, of course, have a very, very high conversion. So you know that 98, 99% of the prepaid order will get converted. So only prepaid orders are given to Flash riders, because hyperlocal riders generally don't tend to come back, right? So 1%, 2% cases he will come back. So that's why prepaid orders are given to him, because 99% of the time order will get delivered. He does not need to come back to me. Next day delivery is very also similar, just the difference is the cutoff. Here it's 12 p.m. Here it's 6 p.m. from the facility, right? Pickups happen between 8 to 10, reaches my facility at let's say midnight. Between midnight and 3 in the morning, we do the sorting. 3:30 in the morning, there is a milk run that starts early morning towards the city. And from 8 in the morning, our OFDs start. We don't need to cover this slide. This is not relevant. These are some of the brands that we already work with in express parcel, same day delivery, next day delivery, prime air services across these category of clients. I've quickly mentioned here. I actually made this slide a few days ago to give you guys a way in which you can explain to your small and medium business client, D2C clients, small and medium D2C clients, on why other small and medium D2C clients use Shadowfax for e-commerce and express shipping, right? I think the first most important thing is that our Shopify plugin is extremely hassle-free. When it works, it hardly takes 15 minutes. I understand that sometimes it doesn't work. Like there are one or two clients here where we are facing some issues, but when it works, it hardly takes 15 minutes for integration to get completed, right? Again, cost effectiveness is one of the major USPs that you should bring to the table in front of the client. Cost of doing business with me will definitely be much, much more lucrative for them, and extremely high reliability. One of the value adds that we should always speak about when we talk to clients is our WhatsApp configurations are free. We don't charge for it, versus let's say a Shiprocket who is charging you for, let's say, NDR WhatsApp communications. Ours is free, right? Second, we'll provide you local assistance. No AI chatbots, no 1-800 numbers, right? We'll provide you local assistance from the point of view of your integration. We'll handhold your integration if needed. If required, we'll go to your doorstep and we'll do that Shopify integration with you, right? If not, we'll do it over a VC call with you. But it will not be at all a case where you have to do it yourself and nobody is there to help you out. We'll always help you out, right? If there is a order which is, let's say, escalated and it is there in my network, I'll ensure that it gets cleared out within 24 hours of that escalation. You escalate today, it will be cleared out tomorrow. One more thing that you can also talk about is that our network is created by us. We are not an aggregator. We are a logistics company. We have created our own network, right? Aggregators do not know how networks work. Aggregators only know how to take your order and give your order to somebody else. They do not know how to create a network. They do not know how a network works, right? The question that Ramji you asked, if this question gets asked to a Shiprocket POC by that same client, I guarantee you the Shiprocket POC will not be able to answer this question. The reason why he will not be able to answer this question because he doesn't know how a network works. You are sitting in a company and you have the privilege to know how networks get operated, how a lane works, why a lane has been created in a particular way. That is what advantage you bring to the table. You can talk to that person like a supply chain person. Whereas the Shiprocket POC will talk to that person like a salesperson. You are doing consultative selling at the same time you know how supply chain works. That is the advantage you should bring about in front of him when you talk to this person. And that goes for all of you, right? That is your advantage. Versus, let's say, a Shiprocket person who has no idea about how a network works because he's a salesperson. Do you agree with that point? Do you guys all agree with that point?
Yes, Ananda.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
We'll skip B2B. I think we're also on course with time. I wanted to cover hyperlocal with you guys also. So we'll do it in another session this week. Our coverage of Express Parcel. Any questions that we have in what I've covered in Express Parcel business?
No.
Like I said, there is no question that is a lame question. Please ask if you have any doubt. Because I'll assume that if you don't have any doubts, now you've become experts in Express Parcel business.
Sir, I have one question.
What are you waiting for? Ask.
So the one client was asking to me, like there is nothing like SDD and NDD surface in new rate card. So we are providing only
What we did was we didn't want to complicate it for clients, to be honest. Um, let's say there is a client based out of Surat. हाँ, Surat to Surat SDD तो होगा ही नहीं, because Surat to Surat के orders ही नहीं होते हैं. Surat is a origin city. It's not a destination city. Okay, so we didn't want to complicate it for a lot of clients. We wanted to keep it very, very simple. Okay, and okay, one more thing about the rate card. Okay, one thing that I'll just quickly explain about the rate card. Just give me a second. Screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
This is our rate card.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So the first thing is we didn't want to complicate it. Prash's view was that don't add SDD NDD because it adds to the complexity, and second, the product. So when a client, let's say, has all his Shopify orders on the portal, now what he will do in the new portal is either he chooses Express Parcel or he chooses Air. Right now, for let's say a Surat to Surat order, he would have a third choice of SDD. Right now, how many clients ke liye I will be able to do this SDD pickup? Right, it just complicates my network a lot. So we wanted to keep it very, very simple. In fact, in Shiprocket, majority of these clients use the standard Express Parcel business. Right, they don't use SDD NDD. So we wanted to keep it very, very simple. Remove SDD NDD. Yes, keep Air because Surat se Air ho raha hai hamara. Surat Delhi, Surat Hyderabad, Surat Bangalore, Surat Chennai, Surat Kolkata, we are doing Air. So we wanted to keep Air as a proposition, but remove SDD NDD as a proposition, because okay, now NDD as a proposition ke liye, I don't need you to pay me anything extra. NDD will be given. NDD is a byproduct of the network itself.
Okay.
Right, clients who are based out of Coimbatore में मैं SDD करता ही नहीं हूँ आज, तो वो देके कोई फायदा नहीं है. Clients who are based out of Jaipur to Jaipur, there is hardly any volume, because Jaipur is an origin city. It's not a destination city. Demand in Jaipur for Jaipur is very, very low. Especially for these clients, it will be low. So we removed our SDD as a component. The other thing that I wanted to just share, when you talk to clients about this rate card, obviously, maybe you start from your standard rate card and then you eventually bring up this rate card. But when you talk to clients about this rate card, I'll give an example. If a client का average order या average उसका जो weight है, let's say a client has 100 orders per day, or in a month he has 3,000 orders, right? ये 3,000 orders का, he says that and you obviously, when you go to him, sit with him, you can also see his facility. You get to realize, and he also says that मेरा average 750 ग्राम का होता है, मेरा average या 800 ग्राम का होता है. If that client's average is within a particular bracket, all his orders will lie in that bracket for me. I will not bill him in this bracket. So just to give an example, if there are 3,000 orders for a client, there are 10 orders out of those 3,000 which are 2 kg and above, but the rest 2,990 orders are less than 2 kgs. I will bill all orders in the 0 to 2 kg bucket. So we will classify sellers basis the weight bracket. This weight bracket is actually going to be seller classification. Okay, so a client like Rudraksh Art Gallery, whose average weight is under 800 grams, all his orders will fall in the 0 to 2 kg bucket. I will classify the seller to a bucket, and I will basically deduct basis the seller classification. Have you guys understood? Do you guys have any doubts? You can ask. Grow Nest, for example, House of Grow Nest. House of Grow Nest ka average weight is under 1 kilo. House of Grow Nest will be actually classified as a seller who is a 0 to 2 kg seller, and all his orders will be billed in this distribution. His zone A orders will be billed at 39 rupees. His zone B orders at 49. Metro and ROI at 59 and special zone at 69.
Understood.
Any doubts? Anyone? Clients who have largely heavy, जिसका average 5 kilo के ऊपर है. Let's say a client whose average itself is 6 kilos. He will be classified in this bucket, and all his orders will be billed in this bucket because his majority orders are in the 5 to 10 kg bucket. Do you guys have any doubts on this particular point that I have just mentioned?
No, sir.
Anyone?
No, not yet.
Any other questions on express parcel business?
सर टू थिंग्स अनिल उपाध्याय ये बात कर रहा हूँ सर सर अगर 50-50 रहेगा तो स्लैब अलग अलग हो जाएगा ना सर
Sorry?
अगर इन केस 50% विद इन 2 kg है और 50% विद इन 5 kg है तो स्लैब सेपरेट हो जाएगा.
Like I said, एक क्लाइंट का महीने में 3000 ऑर्डर है. उसका एवरेज वेट वो 3000 ऑर्डर का अगर 2.5 kg है, एवरेज वेट ऑफ दोस 3000 ऑर्डर्स अगर 2.5 kg है तो वो 2 to 5 kg bucket के seller पे he will be established as a 2 to 5 kg bucket seller and he will be billed in the 2 to 5 kg cadre. We will not break the seller into two buckets. We will keep the seller in a singular bucket basis the average weight that of that seller of all his orders in a month. Now let's assume that a seller says that my average weight now is 1 kilo. And you, when you see his orders on the floor, you also realize कि हाँ 1 किलो के अंडर ही है. ठीक है. Now 1 महीने के बाद पता चला जब मेरे सॉर्टर पे चढ़ेगा तो मुझे तो पता ही चलेगा कि एक्चुअल एवरेज वेट कितना आ रहा है. 1 महीने बाद पता चला उसने आपको 100 ऑर्डर दिया महीने में 100 ऑर्डर दिया, सारे 100 ऑर्डर्स का वेट 4 किलो है. आप क्या करोगे? मैं बताता हूं आप क्या करोगे. नेक्स्ट दिन आप सेलर के पास जाओगे, बोलोगे सर मैं आपका स्लैब चेंज कर रहा हूं, आपने मुझे सारे ऑर्डर्स 4 किलो के दिए ना, तो आपका अभी वेट है 2 से 5 किलो के बीच में. वहां पे आपका नेक्स्ट मंथ से you are categorized as 2 to 5 kg seller and I am going to move you to the next bucket, sir. He might tell you two things. Okay, sorry, मैं थोड़ा तुम्हें गेम करने की कोशिश किया, इसलिए मैंने तुम्हें सारे ऑर्डर्स 4 किलो के दे दिए बिकॉज मुझे बेनिफिट मिल रहा था, राइट. तुम बोले कि चलो देन नेक्स्ट महीने मुझे बेनिफिट दे दीजिए, मुझे सारे ऑर्डर्स मैं एनीवेज 1 महीने के लिए आपको चेंज करने वाला हूं बिकॉज आपने कर लिया जो करना था, आपने कर लिया, चेंज तो मैं करूंगा ही करूंगा. ठीक है. इस महीने अगर आप मुझे सारे ऑर्डर्स अंडर 2 kg दोगे, नेक्स्ट महीने मैं आपको 0 to 2 kg में चेंज कर दूंगा. पर मैं आपको रैंडम कोई बेनिफिट नहीं देने वाला हूं बिकॉज आपने मुझे ऑलरेडी गेमिफाइड द सिस्टम, यू ऑलरेडी सॉ दैट देयर इज एन एडवांटेज. चलो मैं उसको सिर्फ 2 से 5 के बकेट दे देता हूं बिकॉज मुझे 0 to 2 का मिल रहा है, नेक्स्ट मंथ में आप चेंज कर दोगे, अगले मंथ अब अगर आप 0 to 2 दे दिए, मैं सॉर्टर में इमेज चेक करके देख लूंगा कितना एवरेज आ रहा है, मैं आपको नेक्स्ट मंथ से 0 to 2 फिर से कर दूंगा. Now that is a negotiation you need to do the client. If the client is trying to bluff you, and there will be clients who will try to bluff you, right? You need to be hard. If you try to bluff me, I'll also bluff you back. Agree?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So you need to be very straightforward at the start. Sir, I'm putting you in the 0 to 2 kg bucket. Average weight at the end of the month should not be 2.5. If it is, I will not talk to you. I will change backend से. Backend से change करके फिर बोलूंगा आपको. पहले बोल के change नहीं करूंगा. This is the language you need to tell the seller. Ensure that 0 to 2 kg average हो सर. Because अगर पता चला कि आपका एवरेज वेट 3 किलो हो रहा है, आपसे बात नहीं करूंगा, पहले चेंज करूंगा फिर बात करूंगा. So that the guy knows that you will have a look at, all of you guys who have brands, the guy should know you will have a look at the average weight at the end of the month. If it is coming off, you will change it first, then you will tell the seller, I have changed it. Sellers should know beforehand that we will not be taken for a ride. You tell them beforehand, don't take us for a ride. अगर 0 to 2 kg में आपको डाल रहा हूँ, 0 to 2 kg के अंदर ही एवरेज होना चाहिए. उल्टा पुल्टा निकला तो चेंज कर दूंगा पहले से. डोंट वरी अबाउट इट. चेंज पहले करूंगा, बोलूंगा बाद में. Any other questions?
सर एक कस्टमर को कल मिला था, वो कह रहा था
Any
कि
other questions on express parcel business? मतलब no specific questions please. वो साइड अलग से डिस्कस कर सकते हैं. Any doubts? All right then. चलो, it's 11:10. Whoever's recorded this, एक बार recording आ जाए तो please put it on the group also, the link. Okay. Thanks everyone. Have a good day.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.